I got a question here. Do we know how cloud rebuild for Windows 11 works? So the, let's see, that is different. Did come across something on it, but I've not seen it myself. I'm just trying to find that post on that. So I do believe it's different from the quick machine recovery. So I do know on the quick machine recovery side, I've seen a demo of it, but there's some options there that sort of align with the cloud rebuild. So I suspect it's going to be something like we've shown, or at least talked about, cloud recovery, the cloud recovery options that like Dell and HP offer. This is actually going to utilize the Windows recovery environment that's installed as part of Windows. And so basically what it does, you can see here in the documentation, there is meant to be some automated detection of when there's an issue with Windows, and there will be the ability to download Windows from the cloud, reinstall it on that device, and get you back in business. Have not gone through this process. I've only seen it demoed. And now that I'm rereading this again, I'm not sure if there is actually a difference between these two, or if the cloud rebuild is just adding on top of the already existing quick machine recovery. Just trying to find that real quick. But that's the gist. Great question here. How many of these features have I used in the full list mentioned in the right column? Remote help, advanced analytics, played around with endpoint privilege management and cloud PKI a little bit, but I would say probably these two the most. And then also I've played around with Intune enterprise app management. We've showcased, Johan showcased enterprise app management a few times. That is Microsoft's sort of third-party patching solution. Think of it in the same vein as like a RoboPack, to patch my PC, and some of these other, there are quite a few vendors doing that now at this point. But these two definitely super helpful features. Endpoint privilege management, I've wanted to get further into it. There have been quite a few improvements to that over the last several years, maybe 2 years since it was released. And endpoint privilege management is the feature that allows you to basically have your users be standard users on their endpoints, but still elevate for specific things, which really reduces some of the barriers when we have users that don't have administrative rights on their machine, which hopefully is the standard in most cases. But I would say those. Security Copilot, I've not had the opportunity to use it as much as I've wanted to, simply because even in a lab, it has been cost prohibitive. So hoping to see that in an E5 tenant here soon. Great question.